Hey guys, Sam the Man, the Batman Man here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a continuation of how much I know about Pixar. Yep, this is just a continuation of how much I know about Pixar. There's probably going to be more parts than two though, because like I said, I know almost like everything about Pixar. Probably pretty close to what, like I said, what Nate knows about music, so... Anyways, I'm just going to continue where I left off with the Easter eggs that foreshadow the future movies, so I'm going to go ahead and get that started right now. In Ratatouille, you'll see this in the scene when Remy is trying to get to Paris. You'll see when he's trying to get there, you'll see this dog right here. I know that dog. It's Doug from Up. Just look at it closely. Look, you can tell it's clearly Doug. Like, look, the body and everything. Just look at it. You can tell it's clearly Doug. So, yeah, that was an Up Easter egg in Ratatouille. So, and this Ratatouille came out 2 years before Up, so that is pretty cool. So, yeah. Now, the next Easter egg in Ratatouille. Next Ratatouille related Easter egg, because this was not in this was in the movie actually. It was an Easter egg to Wally. So yeah, I'm gonna show off that one now. In one scene in Ratatouille, when Remy goes home with Linguini, when they enter the apartment, when Linguini's trying to get his bike inside, you can see the cockroach from Wally just crawling on the wall. So yeah, it's a little Easter egg to Wally. So yeah, that is pretty cool. So yeah, this next Easter egg though is from the Ratatouille short, Your Friend the Rat. In the scene when Remy and Emile are talking about something and they're in Mars, you look at the driver of the vehicle. Look at that driver. Look at it closely. See that? It's Wally. So, yeah, it's Wally. So, yeah, that is pretty cool. Like, it's a little nod to the next full-length Pixar movie. So, yeah, that is really cool. So, yep, those were all the hidden Easter eggs to foreshadow future movies in Ratatouille, or in anything Ratatouille related. So, yeah. I think for now I'm going to take a break from talking about the Easter eggs that foreshadow future movies, and I think I'm going to talk about some other things you may not know about Pixar right now. I'm going to take a break from the Easter egg thing and just talk about some other things you may not know about Pixar. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started. In 1998, the rivalry between Pixar and Dreamworks started, and many of you out there probably know this. It was a rivalry between these two movies right here. Ants and A Bug's Life. Yep, the rivalry started between these two movies. Yep, Pixar's A Bug's Life and DreamWorks Ants. Yep, the rivalry started with these two movies. Like, Jeffrey Katzenberg was working with Pixar at the time, and then they got into an argument or whatever, so he started up his own company, DreamWorks. And he thinks he owned the idea of the movie about talking bugs, like, because Pixar was already working on A Bug's Life after they were done with Toy Story. So, yeah. Jeffrey Katzenberg thinks he owned the idea of talking bug movies, so, yeah. Yeah, and DreamWorks' Ants was the final product, and he rushed Ants just so it could beat A Bug's Life to theaters. I mean, it did, but A Bug's Life was in production way longer than Ants was, so yeah. And basically, Bug's Life was better received, and like, yeah, I think Bug's Life was the better movie than Ants. I wasn't a big fan of Ants. It's not the worst movie DreamWorks has done. It's definitely nowhere near as bad as Shark Tale. Good God, that was the worst DreamWorks movie. But yeah, Ants, it's not the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's definitely not the best. Bug's Life was the better movie. Bug's Life was good. Yeah. They do have their similarities. They have an ant who tries to fit in with others, and then they fall in love with the princess, and yep, they do whatever they can to help their colony and defeat the villain. And then, yeah, however, these movies do have their differences. Like, Ants is like Z is trying to be more social and get along with the other ants and defeat the General Mandible and falls in love with the princess. Bug's Life is about an ant who screws everything up by accident in his colony, and then they send him off, and then he goes to find some warrior bugs to go help defeat off the grasshoppers because they have to collect food for the grasshoppers. And yeah, and then he realizes that they were circus bugs, and then he gets banished, and then they go back and do whatever they can to defeat the grasshoppers. So yeah, they're a little bit similar, but they're mainly different. But yeah, yeah. And another thing too is like, look, right here. You can see right here, when Z does something, he's treated like a hero. Look, everyone's cheering for him. Whereas when Flick tries to do something, he gets no love at all. It's like, get out of here. We don't want you here. Yeah, so these movies do have their similarities and differences, yeah. I wouldn't say like they're a rip-off of each other, but yeah, they do have their similarities and their differences. They're not like an exact copycat of each other. Because, like, A Bug's Life is the more kid-friendly movie of the two. Like, if you've seen the movie Ants, you'll know what I'm talking about. Ants actually has a bit of quite of swearing in it for a kid's movie. Like, Ants kind of feels more like a adult kind of animated movie. Ants has some swear words for a kid's movie. Yeah. Ants isn't the first time I've heard swear words in a kid's movie. Shrek has had some swear words. So yeah, yeah. DreamWorks wasn't afraid to throw in some bad words in their movies, like mild ones, obviously, because the target audience is kids. They're not gonna make it like a complete R-rated animated movie like South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut or Sausage Party. Like, yeah. South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, I did a review of that. I'll put a link to that in the description. Yeah. Yeah, South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut's a great R-rated animated movie. Sausage Party, though, no. I haven't seen Sausage Party. I think it looks pretty stupid. If you want to know the truth, Sausage Party just looks dumb. Like, when Sausage Party was first coming out, when I saw a commercial for it, I thought it was going to be a kid's movie because, it's got that Pixar-style computer animation. So I thought it was going to be a kid's movie, talking food, computer animated. Like, I thought it was going to be a kid's movie. Then when I saw the rated R symbol, I was like, oh, nope, not for kids. Anyways, that was a little off topic. Let me get back to the topic of the video, which is Pixar. Yep. Ants in a Bug's Life was how the rivalry between Pixar and Dreamworks started. What else? And then some other movies Dreamworks has made, like this monstrosity right here, this god-awful Dreamworks movie, the worst Dreamworks movie ever, right here is this movie. Shark Tale. Yep, that movie, I hate that movie. Worst DreamWorks movie ever. And I did a rant on that movie. I'll put a link to that in the description. Yeah, Shark Tale is just a bad movie. Yeah, it's just DreamWorks' worst. Animation's ugly, stupid plot. It's just, I did not like that movie. Anyways, however, when this movie came out in 2004, many people thought it was just made to cash in on Pixar's Fish movie, which came out the year before, 2003. And 2003 was the year I was born. Fun fact. Yeah. Anyways. Yep. But yeah, when Shark Tale came out, it was just considered to cash in on Pixar's Fish movie that came out the year before. And you know what movie I'm talking about? Finding Nemo. Yeah. These two movies are just another example of Pixar and DreamWorks' movies being accused of ripping off of Pixar's movies. Like, this one I don't see that many similarities. Like, the only similarities I see is that they take place in the ocean, obviously, and that one of the sharks, like the scene in Finding Nemo where Bruce says this.
Fish are friends, not food.
Yep. Bruce says fish are friends, not food. However, it's just a small part in Finding Nemo. However, it is a major theme in Shark Tale. Like, one of the main characters, Lenny, who's played by Jack Black, he doesn't like eating fish, and his dad wants him to eat fish, but however, he refuses because he doesn't like eating fish. He likes to have a fish as a friend, not food. Just like Bruce. Like, yeah, Lenny says that he's a vegetarian shark, and he doesn't like eating fish, just like with Bruce. Yeah. Those are the only similarities. Like, both movies have completely different plots. Like, Finding Nemo is about an overprotective father who loses his son and must go on an epic journey to find him, and with the help of a fish that forgets everything she does and says. Whereas with Shark Tale, it's about a fish who's a nobody that wants to become a somebody, and when there's a death of a shark, he decides to call himself and lie and say that he's the famous shark slayer. Yeah, and with the help of a shark that doesn't like eating fish. So yeah, both movies have completely different plots, but yeah. Anyways, this is just another example of a time when DreamWorks was accused of ripping off Pixar. So, yep, that's pretty much where the similarities end. But yep, this is just another example of Pixar and DreamWorks' rivalry. So yeah. Anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap it up for this one. I think I'm gonna do another one, so talk about some more in part 3, with maybe some like other Easter eggs and other things you didn't know. So yeah. Anyways, this has been part 2. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. I will put a link to my top 5 favorite Pixar movies in the description. And I will see you in my next video. Sam the Man, the Batman Man is out. Bye!